If you aren't naturally tired at night and excited in the morning, then you probably haven't found something meaningful to work on. You are not stressed from doing too much. You are stressed from doing too little of what you care about.
The fastest way to change your life is start making some real decisions. And I know it's hard initially. The other part is it's just the more you make decisions, the more decision-making muscles you get. You know what I mean?
It's no good if people tell you to do things, if people tell you to work, if they force you to do this, A, B, and C. It has to come from within. You have to have initiative. You have to be motivated to do things.
You see this guy here staring back at you?
Yeah?
That's your toughest opponent. Every time you get into the ring, that's who you're going against. I believe that in boxing, and I do believe that in life.
The training process to transform requires a lot of work, a marathon, not a sprint. And when your work is getting results, it motivates you. See, I came in here for a solid goal, I achieved it, now I'm motivated to do it again tomorrow. That will keep you on the path.
You avoid failure publicly by guaranteeing your failure privately.
Wow, yeah. It's a defense mechanism against embarrassment, you know?
So if you haven't developed a level of awareness and done it at least some level of preparation, you're unable to take action.
Thinking of one of my spiritual teachers, my monk teacher, who always said to me, if you want to move 3 steps forward, you have to go 3 steps deep first.
Whoa.
And what I found often in my life is I'm trying to go 4 steps forward, and I haven't yet gone 4 steps deep.
You say the emotionally immature man seeks out motivation to do something hard one time. The emotionally mature man uses discipline to do something hard 1,000 times.
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice.
I know that, Dad, but I think if we continue down this road, it's going to be too detrimental for the kids. It's just too hard.
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing? Nothing that has meaning is easy. Easy doesn't enter into grown-up life.
The number of failures doesn't matter. And so there's no point in being a pessimist. You want to be an optimist, but I would say you want to be skeptical about specific things. Every specific opportunity is probably a fail, but you want to be optimistic in the general. In the general, you want to be like, something in here is going to work.
Want to do something and want to be the best that you can be and want to do the best that you can do. You just never give up because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
See, I'm not a monster. I'm a man of my word.
You've got to be willing to unlearn, because the things that we have learned in the past won't help us. There are people failing today that have the capacity to win, but they're trying to open up new doors of opportunity in this golden age with an old mindset.
If you don't know why you believe what you believe, it's not your belief, it's someone else's. And so if you can explain, like, why am I not doing this? If you can't actually explain it, it's because there's someone else's voice that is influencing you that you're not aware of. And so I try and
name it.
Yeah, the naming is the key part, because as soon as you see that, you're like, Tom?
It gives me an opportunity to enjoy the climb again, though. Because I'm like, I want to go climb a mountain because last time I wasn't there for the climb. I was mentally at the summit the whole time.
One decision can separate who you were from who you're becoming. One decision can end an old chapter and begin a better one. One decision can change your confidence forever. And one decision can rewrite your entire story.
Well, why did I go ask all these questions if I'm not going to try it now that I know how?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me try it. The only consequence is failure. By the way, not trying is failing.
Yeah, well said.
I want to make that very clear.
Well said, yeah.
Not trying is failing.
Most people want simple, direct, straight-line paths to the perfect position and to success. But instead, you must welcome wrong turns and mistakes. They make you aware of your flaws. They widen your experiences. They toughen you up.
The number one factor for resilience or dealing with some sort of hardship or struggle or pain is self-efficacy. And self-efficacy is basically the belief that you can handle whatever you're going through.
He said to me, Emma, I think if you did 90% of what you wanted to do at 50% of the speed, you would get so much more, like life would be so much better.
Malcolm Gladwell popularized this idea of 10,000 hours to mastery. I would say it's actually 10,000 iterations to mastery. It's not actually 10,000, it's some unknown number, but it's about the number of iterations that drives a learning curve. And iteration is not repetition. Repetition is a different thing. Repeating is doing the same thing over and over. Iteration is modifying it with a learning and then doing another version of it. So that's error correction. So if you get 10,000 error corrections in anything, you will be an expert at it.
You have to do more. You gotta stop telling yourself that you're doing enough. In life, it's never enough until you feel this overwhelming feeling of shit, man. I'm outworking the crowd. I'm outworking everybody. I'm doing more. It's not until then, once you get there, that's when you know you've done enough.
If you're going through one of those hard times, and if you're not, you're going to. You have 6 of them evidently, at least, right?
Yeah.
So why not, when that's happening, have some approach like, this is building me for something better, or I have been prepared for this?
Because he said, best known beats best. You're very good, young man, but you're not known. You want to associate with someone that's known. And as a result of that, proximity gives power. You will begin to have some breakthroughs and you will surprise yourself.
There is no second place. For me, it ended up becoming preparation, right? Like preparation is everything. If you're not prepared, then you're going to get second, or you're going to get third, or you're going to get last, right? Because there's always somebody that is overly prepared or more prepared than you are, no matter what.
Like I want people to win.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I want people to win, and seeing somebody in their strengths, and being like, okay, I can use that. This would be helpful in this way, and if that works out, it works out. And if not, then man, I want to see you do well.
Things can go wrong. If you think you're never going to be knocked off your pedestal, if you think that, maybe you're running $1 billion business, or maybe everything's perfect in your family, and you think that nothing's ever going to go wrong, you're living in la la. There is the chance that things can always go wrong. There are just things that we cannot plan for.
This is the 8th biggest podcast in the world. I'm the 8th biggest podcaster in the world as of last week's Spotify charts. And it was fantastic. And one of my friends, who is like the new business development manager for me, rang and was like, dude, I'm so happy for you, but you do know what this means next year. And I was like, yep, it means that we've got to be number 8 or number 7 or number 6.
There are 3 types of people in this world. There are winners, there are losers, and there are winners who have not discovered how to win. Don't stop learning. You have something special. Always strive to get on top in life, because it's the bottom that's overcrowded.
Success is doing the work when no one's watching and no one's clapping. Success is walking away from what drains you so you can protect what grows you. Success is being patient with the process even when the results are late. Success is becoming the person your future requires, not the person your past expects.
If I took care of myself properly, if I regulated my susceptibility to temptations, what would that look like if it was optimized? And then that sets you up a goal that has some motivational force. This is worth doing. And then you might find, well, you don't do it anyways. And then I would say, well, that's because you're biting off more than you can chew.
When the alarm goes off in the morning, you don't have to wake up. Don't wake up, don't worry about that. When you're in school, you know what, that, man, it's too hard to study, so don't study. You know what, don't eat healthy, because you don't have to. So guess what, when you fail, don't blame your mom, don't blame your dad, don't blame teachers. One person you have to blame is yourself.
Master yourself through learning something that you love, that interests you. That's how you develop discipline. So if you're studying things, if you're entering a career that doesn't suit you, that you don't really love, that isn't really your dream, then it's going to be very hard for you to master yourself. It's going to be very hard to gain that discipline. You're going to be tuning out. You're going to be distracted. You're going to be on your phone too much. You're not going to be focusing deeply, which is how you master yourself.
There's a lot of times when I see somebody busting their ass and saying, like, this is the journey I'm about to go on, this is what I want, this is what I'm willing to do, this is what I'm going after, I'm not there yet, but I believe I can get there. I see how people react to that. And I just think it's confronting because it's a mirror for most people. It's asking you, are you willing to do the work that this person's willing to do? What are you doing with your life?
It's not about the goal, it's about the growth you're willing to undertake in order to achieve the goal. Success is quiet mornings, late nights, and 100 almosts before one yes. Success is choosing discipline on the days motivation doesn't show up.
Nietzsche said, if you know for the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. Why is that important? Because you're going to fail your way to success. Things are going to happen to you that you can't see coming. Think it not strange that you're going to face the fiery furnaces of this world. You will not, you might. You will have tribulation.
What excites you is the learning process itself, overcoming obstacles, increasing your skill level. You are immersed in the present instead of constantly obsessing over the future, and so you pay greater attention to the work itself and to the people around you, developing patience and social intelligence.
Your life doesn't change in a year. Your life changes in the tiny decisions you repeat for a year. We waste entire years waiting for motivation, waiting for clarity, waiting for timing, waiting for confidence. And while we wait, the year quietly disappears.
Success is more in reach than you might think.
That's the part that people up.
Yeah, because, well, actually it's not because of blasé innate talent that's this mystical, ephemeral, difficult to replicate thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he just worked hard and that means all I needed to do was work hard, and therefore the fact that I'm not where they are
might be my fault.
Because I didn't try.
See, the benefit of discipline and self-discipline is not just that you get these things done. It's that your brain's not having to work so darn hard. See, when you don't have self-discipline, when you don't have things you do early in your day, when you don't keep promises to yourself, when you don't schedule the things, right? When you don't do those things, when you don't eliminate the things that rob you of your self-discipline, not only you're not getting stuff done, you're more tired. You're more physically exhausted.
You see, what stands between us and achieving even our most ambitious dreams has far less to do with possessing some magical skill or talent, and far more to do with how we approach problems and make decisions to solve them. And because of the continuous and compounding nature of all those millions of decisions that we face on a regular basis, even a marginal improvement in our process can have a huge impact on our end results.
There wasn't a single person on this planet during those 20 years, pretty much of my career. You know, I had a couple losses that I can name through my Olympic career. But there wasn't another person on this planet that was more prepared than me. No, period. There wasn't. That's why I got the results that I got. It's not rocket science. It's not. I put in the work, I got the results. That's it.
Control all the variables, then you can predict the outcome. Now, we don't always control all the variables in any given situation, but the greater number of variables we control, the greater influence we have over the outcome. And if you're getting into something like this and you're like, I actually don't even know what the variables are, then it's like you are 100% gambling. And so this is your life savings. Would you put it on black at the casino? Probably not. This is really not that different than that. Except at the casino, you have no odds at least. Right here, it's like you have no idea.
Let everybody know what's weak about you. Because that's not who you are anymore. Just by saying it. It's right there, you're publicly saying, I'm better than this, I want to move on. I'm not scared of this. This thing is no longer gonna be a handicap for me. I'm no longer gonna be the servant of it. I'm not gonna be the victim anymore. I'm gonna identify the problem solve, fix it. Whatever it takes, and override it.
I truly felt unbeatable in the pool. I really did.
What did you feel like?
Unbeatable. Like I literally felt like there wasn't a single soul on the planet that could touch me, that could beat me. I just felt like I was super prepared. You know, everyone says it's like that 10,000 hour mark, right? Like I think 2007 was my 10,000 hour mark. And it just kept getting better.
As I think people downplay their own passion and zeal for wanting to make a dream come true out of fear of embarrassment, fear of coming off cringy because you really want that. It's that whole like, I'm gonna downplay what I want so that if I don't get it, I can just say, I didn't even really want it anyway. You do want it, and that's okay.
But the thing is that you have to stay in that third painful place, because staying in the pain is what gives you the catalyst to learn how to get out of pain. And so rather than trying to pull your parachute, it's like, I have to trudge through this so that it forces me to learn the individual skills, the individual variables that affect this outcome. And that means I might have to take 20 more lashings to finally get it. And then at that point, it starts to tick up. And then that's when you start to become more of an expert, more of a master at something.
I did not set out to be the actor, the director, the writer, the producer, the CEO, the chairman, the advisor. I did not set out to do any of these things. And I'm gonna make it very clear, I don't have the educational background for any of these things. What I had was an idea to try. And after you get an idea to try, what I had was the patience to sit and listen. Be a sponge.
No one is ever as great as we think we are. And not only that, it can all be gone in a second. I live my life. I'm so thankful for the life that God has given me, the gifts he's given me, the successes he's given me. But I also recognize they all could be gone tomorrow. In a second, in the blink of an eye, something could happen and they could be gone. So I'm confident in my ability, because I've had successes, I've been through hard things, I've learned through this amazing journey of life. I think where it becomes arrogance is people who think it'll never go away.
I love hearing people claim that I'm trying to be the biggest artist in the world. I want to be the best. I think I'm the best. I love that. Because we all have something we desperately want, you know? And I think it's okay for you to be serious about getting that. I think that there's times where you shouldn't take yourself and certain things too serious, but it's okay to take your life serious. This is your life. You're not gonna take this serious? If not this, then what? You know?
I always felt from when I was a little kid, like there was no second place. That wasn't an option. It was just something that I remember winning home run derby at 10 or 11 years old. Like, I was the biggest kid playing lacrosse, playing long stick midi, just slashing people with the stick. Winning was everything.
I do these things early in my day. These are promises that I can make to myself that create this identity of a self-disciplined person, when the truth is I am not one. I have not been one, but I have created an identity of a self-disciplined person. I'm gonna tell you that I don't think anyone has natural discipline. They build structures around them. They build systems around them. They schedule them, and they eliminate the things that take from it. And over time, they build this identity where they seem like they're incredibly disciplined people.
Like for me, like I just held myself to such a high standard, and I put the most pressure on myself. Like, it didn't matter what everybody else was saying or doing. The one person who put the most amount of pressure on me was me, because it is in my control, right? I'm not gonna be able to skip 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and just wake up one day and break a world record. You have to do the work. If you're not doing the work, then skip it. Do something else.
You've got greatness in you, but you've got to be hungry. What do you mean by that? People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. They're willing to study. They're willing to challenge themselves. They're willing to go outside of their comfort zone. Why is that important? Because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. You've got to die to who you are now to give birth to who you were chosen out of 400 million sperm to become.
These ideas have the potential to touch the sky if a person believes that they can. If a person believes that they can, well, your world of idea changes. Your reason for getting up, your reason for putting your feet on the ground every morning, it can change if you believe that the purpose that you now have and that you're working towards, based off of an idea, is something that you can succeed in. I grasped that understanding and I attached it to everything that I tried to do.
But if you sit back and you war game it, and you're not moving forward, and you just, you start thinking, all right, how am I going to do it? Hesitation builds. With hesitation comes fear of failure. What happens if I do fail? But right now it's good enough. Everyone thinks I'm good. If I try it and fail, they're gonna see my weaknesses. What they think! What they think? They're seeing what the truth is. You are weak. You did fail. That's not a problem. That's not a negative. It's identified. It can be fixed. If never identified, never fixed. Once identified, worked on, then mastered. Moving on to the next thing.
Taking things seriously and the bravery to take something seriously is like a wonderful skill to develop. Earnestness as well.
Yeah.
So if you think about seriousness in your idea, I think is to do with saying what you want, frankly, and showing the level of effort and commitment that you're prepared to put in to go and get it. Might be a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
But earnestness would be the same but directed inwardly toward emotions. So earnestness would be the bravery to take your emotions seriously.
If you would like to discipline yourself, which is a very good idea, you need to pick a direction. Pick a direction you want to go first. Pick a goal you would like to attain. And a medium to long-term goal. You might imagine something you need and want, some attainment that would motivate, whose pursuit would motivate. And you can ask yourself that. It's a good question to ask yourself in general. It's a very good question to ask yourself is, if you could have what you needed and wanted, what would that be?
There's so many times in life you don't want to be doing what the fuck you're doing. You can't just quit. Remember this isn't a hobby, this isn't a joke, it's a lifestyle. So what you say to yourself is important. There's no coach, there's no trainer to keep you going, it's only you. So think about this. You've been working your whole life to get a seat at the table. The seat at the table is you want to be the best amongst all the best people in your career field. So you finally get that letter. It's steak, lobster, it's a big dinner. Everybody's showing up, dressed to the nines. Make sure you show up soaking wet before getting after it, working out hard. Towel around your neck. You respect the event. So make sure you put that towel over that nice chair so you don't fuck it up.
You don't just have to have one job. And working any job, and whether that job is a 9 to 5 or whether it's a, half a day, full day, whatever it is, you don't just have to do one thing. You can do a lot of different things. But there's this weird mindset that a lot of people have that you can only do one thing. And when I realized I don't have to just do one thing, I can do a lot of different things. You can be good at a lot of different things, but you don't know that you're good at a lot of different things unless you try a lot of different things.
I think that most people are actually very okay with sucking. I think they're very not okay with being judged for sucking. And so I think that at the onset, we have to redefine success as trying and not as succeeding, or at least getting whatever desired outcome there is. Because failure and success are salt and pepper. They're married. They're one leads to the next. And so the idea is we want to get as many failures out of the way as fast as possible. And so it's like we want to pay down that failure debt, again, as soon as we can. And so the very tactical thing that I would advise is think about, we think, I don't want people to think that I'm a failure. It's actually not people. There's like 2 people that you hear their voice in your head. And so when you actually get really clear on whose voice is that?
The best skill that I've developed is the skill of noticing and understanding that nothing is done by one individual. No level of success is reached by one person, right? Like there is a team effort that goes into the smallest moment of success to the largest. And the person that wants the rewards and the accolades for it all, and that doesn't embrace the world of team and the foundation that stands underneath whatever that thing is a person that won't last long.
When you're on the climb, it is easier at the beginning, in the middle of your journey, within whatever it is, even if it's just mastery, even if it's internal mastery, when you start your therapy journey, look at all of the low-hanging fruit about, I never realized that my parents did that and that was strange, and I never realized I had that conversation with my sister that was formative and it made me think about the thing. At the beginning of your journey, the noob gains are real, and all of this stuff's just, you're accumulating it all the time, so progress comes relatively easily.
Yeah.
But as you get better at anything, and this is unfortunately both true for internal and external metrics, you start going to the gym, you gain strength every session. After 10 years of training, you gain strength every 3 months, every quarter.
It's harder to show up when that's happening.
There's less motivation.
Yeah.
And it means that pullbacks are more likely because you actually have something to lose.
Further you go, guess what? All these neighbors will come around with all their dogs, wondering what you're doing, trying to give you, act like you're crazy or something. Or something, what are you doing this for? You're out of your mind. What they're really saying is that they don't have the intestinal fortitude to do it themselves. And they feel weak about that for your success and progress. They don't like that discomfort feeling. The way that they combat that is trying to bring you down. You're the crazy one for what you're doing. Makes them feel okay sitting in their good enough home. But then they come over 2 weeks later and they see what that craziness was inside your head. What's in here now stands in a reality for them to see too. Whoa. Then they go back and sit where they were. It's not so comfortable where that is.
Back when I was growing up, the song came out. All I need is a miracle. Well, guess what? That miracle ain't coming. There is no perfect time to start. You gotta start now with changing your life. We're all being tested in life. And guess what? This is one test you can't cheat on. We all have our own test. Some of us are obese. Some of us are depressed. Some of us are insecure. In the military, we had this big old rucksack on the back. Had batteries, water, extra gear. Your extra gear is the shit you're dealing with in life. And the only way to overcome it is for you and you alone to face it. You have to do your best work when you're at least motivated. So those days you don't want to do it, guess what you gotta do? You gotta suck it the up and do it. Stay hard.
The other side of this, and I want to be really clear. I understand how scary it is. It took me 6 months to quit my job. And I talked to my friend every single day saying, this is the day, this is the day, this is the day. And when I did finally quit my job, I drove across the country and I only called people from home when I was already halfway across. I didn't tell anyone I was leaving because I was so afraid of what they would say. So I say this as somebody who absolutely gets it. But I just want to tell you from the other side of it, it's, this is a Layla quote, not me, but fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. And so it looks like this vast ocean of like, I'm gonna drown. But as soon as you take the first step, you're like, oh, this is a puddle. And there's a quote from Jocko Willink that I love that's recent, that's been top of mind for me, which is, besides death, all failure is psychological. And it's just the longer you think about it, the more you're like, wait, all failure is just me drawing an arbitrary line in the sand that I say anything that does not meet the standard will force me to be upset. That's it. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, well, if I don't die, then I can keep going. And if I don't die, then it means I can stand it.
Yeah. Success is also the ultimate revenge in any misfortune in life. People that go around and talk about shit, guys, haven't performed it or done it. That's why they had to talk about it. There's a good ego and there's a bad ego. A good ego is someone that believes in himself, but it's backloaded with performance. Belief and performance walk the same line, parallel with each other, champions. The bad ego is when the performance doesn't match the words. They cannot walk what they think they could be. So therefore they make up lies about what they've done, what they will do, and all this crap, trying to convince the weak-minded individual to believe in them. All along, they don't believe in themselves. That path is very short-lived. They cannot continue that because they can't perform that. All they do is talk it. So at the end of that, the end state is not a champion, but a bull.
I really don't have regrets. I am a person that says, as soon as you look back in your history and you come up with something that you feel like you want to change, something else has to change. What about your biggest disappointment? Once again, that's the same same analogy. You know, disappointment to me, to win, you got to lose. To be successful, you got to have something that's not successful. To be happy, you got to have disappointment. So I think all of those things have evolved and happened to make me who I am